Dictionary.com defines an unplanned approach as impromptu, done without preparation, unwitting, done without awareness, spontaneous, done without thought. Wait a minute. That means you guys don't have a plan?
No.
Well, that's dumb. You might as well start the show.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Every time.
Still funny every time.
You know what? That one, that sweet little voice there, her older sister they got in some stuff. They were in a little bit of trouble today.
Really?
Yeah, my wife, their mother, takes them to the mall and gets them Starbucks, and one of them got their ears pierced, and they got cinnamon sticks and stuff. And
right.
They get home. My wife drops them off, goes to pick the oldest one up from a charity thing she's doing, and they kind of meander in and both hand me their cell phones. I'm like, no. What's going on? I said, yeah, mom's not real happy with us. We were bickering. So she said to just go in and give you our cell phones. And I'm like,
that's awesome.
Okay. I said, well, in that case, I would get to do something. She's probably pretty mad. So I call her, and she's very mad.
She's
very mad because evidently she asked him a couple times to quit bickering and stuff. Uh-huh. So I went in and I did the fire, brimstone, and hell speech, you know. So
right.
You're not going to treat your mother that way. And her eyes are all watering and all that good stuff. So I said, you better make sure when your mom walks in here, you know, you're the nicest, whatever. You know, there's, oh, yeah. So the kitchen gets, everything gets spotless. I'm like, this is awesome because.
You should be mad every day.
I was a little behind the eight ball because I was home by myself for 2 hours.
And none of that shit was cleaned up.
I hadn't done anything. So I'm like, this works 2 ways for me. So they get the kitchen cleaned up, and then they go upstairs, and I'm upstairs folding my laundry because I forgot to do that too, and I knew that was really the only thing I would be responsible for and get yelled at if she came home.
Already pissed.
She's already pissed. So also they're coming in and out of the bathroom. I go, what are you doing? And the older one goes, well, I'm cleaning the shower. I'm like, okay, God, what exactly did you do to your mother?
Did you light the car on fire?
Did you set her on fire? So then they get the bathroom going. The bathroom's all cleaned up. So they bring in a 2x2, you know, that's wide enough for the bathtub, and they're setting flowers. And I'm like, oh my God, you guys! I mean, this is great. But
they killed somebody.
Holy shit!
Mom's out burying somebody in the backyard. We better clean the tub.
She's gonna walk in.
How much time do we have before the police get here?
Right.
That's exactly.
Stink.
How do we get out of this? How do we get out of this stink?
Quick, who's got an alibi?
Yeah. I'm like, honey, and it wasn't. I mean, what she told me was as bad as it was, but evidently I am really good at setting the. But so she came home, and I'm kind of looking at her, and she's starting to work, and I said I wouldn't necessarily start getting all that shit out. I think something's going on upstairs. She goes up. They've got candles going. Her book like something out of a Vogue magazine.
Right.
And I'll be honest, I think my wife wanted to get some shit done. Right. You know, and now she's like, oh shit, I guess I'm taking a bath. All this work that I was going to do is gone. So that's just when I forget what even brought that up. Oh, it's the youngest one's voice. I'm like, that sweet, sweet voice. Put herself in. And then she's cutting out little hearts and making, I mean, they put flower petals on the floor. And I'm like.
You realize, Jason, this makes it sound like your kids are abused.
They're not.
Maybe a little. I only hit them occasionally. Not like all the time.
Just a class ring on the side of the head. Personal story there, right?
I think I can relate to that one.
The ring to the head?
Yeah. Yeah, right to the top.
Yeah, we used to always.
And it hurt.
We always heard. Oh, I didn't do anything. It's like there's 3 welts on my head, man, from that damn ring you just hit me.
Right.
And he'd turn it over.
Yep.
I mean, just like, yeah, awful. Anyway.
What?
I was just wondering if we were going to do an introduction.
I'm going to. I'm getting to it.
Eventually.
God, this guy's
he's awful pushy.
He wouldn't have won the Derby. He would have been disqualified coming out of the gate. Hey, what was your wedding night like? I do.
Hey.
It was short.
I'm short. Without further ado, tonight's guest is actually another family member of mine. I don't know why I'm exposing us to all of this, Kyle.
Right.
Because after hearing my dad in the slammer,
Right.
with the guy, what are you in for? What are you in for? Chicken fights. Chicken fighting? He goes, what about you? Manslaughter. Oh, shit.
The others, well, with your brother here, there's too many people, and now your dad's at risk. You had to stay at home.
My brother John, older. I'm the middle child. I think I've said that on the podcast before. Maybe
That's weird. He looks younger.
He does?
He does.
Thanks, Kyle.
Kyle.
You're a sweetie.
That's right.
So, Kyle.
Team John. Team John.
Kyle's been wanting to meet my brother forever because my brother makes it a point every time he comments on the show, Kyle's funnier than you. And I'm like, no, I'm not. The problem is my brother's wife, my sister-in-law, thinks I'm hilarious. So the other day, Kyle, we're at my nephew, who's a senior in high school, and that's Brianna, who was on the show earlier, his brother. Little brother. We're at his baseball game, and at this baseball game, the field umpire has one arm.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't even notice it the first couple innings until he made a bad call and he had to go from out to safe. And I was like, well, maybe he can't do the safe, so whatever. Right. So evidently, that's the scenario. I come and I sit down behind my brother. I'm sitting behind my brother and my sister-in-law at the game. And Johnny, go ahead and tell that story.
Well, it wasn't Rick Allen, right?
I don't know who Rick Allen. Where do you? I'll be honest, man. If I ever am on a show where
the drummer for Def Leppard,
I didn't know his name.
Fellas? Well,
everybody knows him as
Rick
the drummer
Allen.
with one arm from Def Leppard,
or they know it from the song. The drummer from Def Leppard only has one arm.
That's right. So
the umpire from Roncalli only has one arm. You rewrite the song.
Yeah, so anyway, we're sitting up there, and I've been watching this guy. I've been watching the umpire for a good part of the game, and I thought, kept it in my head thinking, well, he's only half safe, because he's got one wing going to call safe. So I hadn't said anything for a while. I get up, I go to the bathroom, concession stand, whatever. I come back, and I don't know, another inning goes by and calls a guy safe at second base, and I whisper in my wife's ear, I go, I think that kid's only half safe. And Daphne turns around, looks at me, and goes, yeah, your brother already made that joke.
That's why he loves you, Kyle. He hears that shit all the time.
All the time.
He finally gets to say his piece. You're not funny.
That's right.
The funny one.
That's right.
Well, they also had a thing where they were challenging a call, and the umpires had to get together, and I said, hey, it looks like that guy needs a hand.
Right.
He didn't beat me to that one, Kyle.
And you keep handing him cans of pop. He's trying to bite it open.
Do you have any bottled water? Open bottled water? No, sir. This is all we
do.
No, but during the game, they'd run bottles of water over to him.
Oh yeah.
And I often thought, I'm like, God, I hope they're opening that. That's going to be bad.
Oh yeah. Well, my brother and I do that to my dad all the time. Here's a can. Yeah, my dad. One of his hands doesn't work well, and you just set a can of Coke and you just walk away, and he's like, well, what am I going to do with this?
Aren't they nice?
Yeah,
hey,
we're not the best kids.
We're gonna have so much fun seeing him and his brother on the other side of the pearly gates. Hey guys, the entrance is down there.
Down there, right? You guys are a couple 200 yards too far north.
You missed you're the wrong floor.
Yeah,
fellas.
wrong exit.
Wrong floor.
Back on the bus.
Excuse me. So anyway, I wanted to bring on my brother because his life is a lot of travel in his life. He's got older kids, so he was doing the coaching thing before I did. Mm-hmm. And we always talk about funny coaching stories. And after he'd listened to a couple episodes, and he's like, yeah, man, he was telling me some of his coaching stories from back in the day. And I thought, well, this will be good. We all probably have some.
Oh, yeah.
But a couple of his are really funny. He coached with his wife. That's all I'll say. I'll lead you into the first one, but go ahead.
Yeah, that was actually we did 2 seasons together.
2 seasons with your wife, Kyle.
And during those, so backing up a little bit.
Little League.
So Brianna's now 23, and when she was 4 years old, I was coaching Pee Wee, right? So I stopped coaching baseball. I guess this would be the second year I haven't coached. So however many years was that? 18 years or so that I was coaching baseball and softball and football and all kinds of things. So dating way back, there was a time when I was coaching like you do, Jason, coaching my son in baseball. I was the head coach. And then Daphne wanted to manage some of the softball teams. So she's the head coach. I'm just the, she's the manager.
Right.
I'm the manager.
You're the flunky.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Somebody's got to be.
that's how it works in the house, Dad.
Well, Daphne played softball.
I'm well aware. All right.
No, not busting your balls. I'm saying I'm well aware.
It's no secret. Every guy knows it's like that anyway. So go ahead.
I tell her exactly what to do. Is she listening?
I do that. She's not around. Listen to this shit, guys.
I'm the man of this house, but she's not around.
Yeah, that's right. It's a great
Exactly.
song, Bob and Tom. Great
Right.
song. Go ahead,
Anyway,
sorry.
So I think it was the second year we'd been coaching. We had a mediocre team for most of the season, didn't have a whole lot of wins, but we got hot at tournament time. So we made a run, and we ended up in the championship game. And my daughter is kind of the star pitcher. Brandon was the star pitcher for the team. And we get into this game. It was a hot day. It went long. We get into about the fourth or fifth inning, whatever it was, and Brianna's just done. She's been pitching well. It scores like 10-11. It's big,
Right.
It's a high scoring game. And Daphne looks at me and goes, "I think she's done. Got to go get her out of there. We'll bring in Brittany." I'm like, why? I look at her. Why do I have to go pull her? She goes, "I'm the manager. You're the coach. Go get her out." All right, so I kind of mosey on out there, call time. I'm walking out there, and Brandon looks at me, and her shoulders go down, and I walk up to the mound. I go, "Mom says you're done."
Exactly. I would have said the exact same thing. She told me. I actually would point to, so everybody knows.
This one, Skip. This is the one you want out of the game. No, he was telling me, and as he's telling me how he's walking out there, I thought, and I said to him, I'd have said, "Mom says you're done." He goes, "That's exactly what I said."
Absolutely, 100%.
Every guy with the brains like,
Oh yeah.
this isn't even my team.
I think the tears started before I even got to the mound. I'm like, this is not on me. This is so not on me.
Right. Absolutely not.
But you've coached little kids. I've coached little kids. That's the worst part of it. Is if you go out to get them and they just think you're mad at them or they lost you the game. It's like, I had softball. I do a lot of softball, so we can bring you back in. I just need you. Here right now, you're like having an episode on the mound. I'm taking you out. You're going to sit for a couple of minutes, and if you calm down and this person isn't you're coming back in. It took like all year for them to think, oh, he's not mad. No, every time you have to. Could you imagine?
We're trying to win.
Yeah.
You suck right now. You might be good in a few innings, but you suck right now.
I'm going to break it down for you, kiddo. I'm trying not to strangle you out here. No, but
When I got to older kids, when I started coaching high school level, I went out and told them, "You suck." I did. I really did. Because I made a game of it. You got to get them to laugh. You're awful. And they know that I'm teasing because I would just do that all the time. I'd be like, "We just got to make a change. It's fine. It's fine. Go over there, hang out. We'll fix it. You'll come back next game."
So
I usually didn't get a lot of problem, but yeah, I would have made a show of it. I would have made it a game. Everyone, she said. I'm just the assistant.
You want me to pull her out, right? Yeah.
Right.
No, we actually got
she
beaten.
took the
Yeah, so that's on her. We lost. And then just keep pointing.
Man, Brianna, I'm really sorry. Your mom.
She made a bad call.
She got out
I tried to talk her out of it.
She got out fox.
In Daphne's defense, it was the right move. I just didn't
Well,
want to be
sure.
the one to
Right.
go.
Right,
You don't wanna be the
absolutely.
one.
I'm just the coach.
Right.
It's not my job.
Yeah.
I teach hitting. I don't do the pitching.
I don't know how to throw like this.
So you're talking about going and talking to. We both caught in high school. My brother, both of us did. And some of the greatest stories that I have and memories I have are going to the mound and listening to. Even when I played first in college, I used to come when the coach would come out because I couldn't wait to hear what the conversation was going to be between the three of them. So we had the guy that caught two my senior year. I played the outfield, he'd catch it, we'd do different things. He used to always go out to our star pitcher, and every time he walked out there, he'd just start bitching at him. You're this, you're that, da, da, da. And it reminded me of the meme on that I saw online. The pitcher goes out, and the catcher comes out and takes his mask off, and the pitcher looks at him and goes, "Why don't you ever come out here and tell me how great I'm doing?" And that's usually, I started thinking about it, I thought, That would be hilarious. And I used to do that to that kid once in a while. I'd walk out like I was all pissed off, and I'd be like, he's like, what? And I'm like, you see that girl in the third row over there? Dude, she's smoking. And he'd be like, what?
But
you throw the ball, man. What the hell are we doing?
But that's the thing. I mean, if you can go out there, the best pitchers in the world are just stupid. You know, they got a short memory. They're not thinking about anything. It's pitch to pitch. And when they start getting out on the one edge or the other, you walk out there and you remind them, hey,
he doesn't know. He doesn't know, Kyle.
That's all I did. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's great. Go out there. Go to when you get inside the mound. Just be stupid.
In my little fucking hummingbird brain. What do you think? What do you think?
Catcher's going to tell you, throw this pitch and throw it here. You don't need to think about it. Just throw that pitch, throw it there.
I know.
And then forget about it and get ready for the next one.
No, my brother and I had that conversation a lot.
His brother catches.
Yeah.
His
He'd
brother.
walk out and just throw it to the gloves, stupid. Okay.
Hey, go talk to him. We're
And
trying to get somebody
be
loose.
like,
It's a 2-second
oh.
conversation. You're like, no, stay.
Oh, my favorite thing about catching, especially with the pitcher who's struggling, they start shaking you off, right? Okay, you're having a bad day, and you don't want to throw what I'm throwing. Now, if you're shaking off a bunch of pitches and you're killing it, and they're swinging and missing, and you're in the groove, you pitch whatever you want. But my God, if you're sucking up there, don't be shaking me off.
I rarely did that. I was not the only time I shook was to confuse a batter. I rarely
Did
like
your catcher
you made
know
the
that, though, most of the time?
well. So
Was he a guy that'd give it twice
through
and then if you didn't want it, you shake
almost
it
all
time?
through my pitching career, high school till it was always somebody I was really either good friends with or Kurt and I are just.
Right.
I can give him a look and we're communicating. So I never had that problem. It was always, I know what I'm going to throw, and they typically called it. I usually didn't have to battle much. And they knew if I shook, I was shaking probably to go back to that pitch, but I'll shake 4 times. And they'll just be like one, and I'll just be like,
He's having a seizure.
Time out.
Like,
no, but they always knew. But then
He's
you
having
got
a stroke. Can I have a minute?
But then you've got a batter going, what the hell are you shaking to?
How many pitches this son of a bitch throw? He's only got 2 arms.
Are we allowed to use names?
It's up to you. Not
Okay,
really.
no,
I'll
yeah,
use
entirely
first
up to
name.
you.
I'll use first name. So we had a pitcher. I was a junior. I was catching, and first I didn't catch very often. I was a second string. The guy who caught in front of me, better catcher.
He's great.
Yeah, he was really
a great
good.
arm.
Yeah, he was good. So anyway, first night game I caught. We'll call his name's Brett. First night game we're catching. I'm catching, and whole first inning he missed some signals, and I was like, didn't think much of it, But catcher gets crossed up. You call a curveball, and he throws an 85, 87 mile an hour fastball. It might just hit the umpire in the face.
It might.
So
Sometimes that's on purpose.
So second inning comes, and sure enough, that happens. Right.
Right.
I call curveball, and he throws one that I look like a jackass.
Sure.
Ball goes zipping over, and I barely moved to catch it. Something I should have easily caught. Luckily nobody was on base, but I call timeout. And a catcher will call timeout to let everybody in the whole park know he missed the sign. Right? So I walk out there. I go, Brett. I'm like, what? Can you see the signals? He goes, no, man, I can't see it in the dark over there. I don't have my contacts. And I'm like, we're in the second inning, man. How long was this going to go on? We're playing a guessing game here?
I'm just throwing at the brown thing. The brown thing keeps moving.
God.
We're guessing.
And apparently he was good at guessing. He couldn't tell.
He's probably calling curve.
This is what I would call a curve.
I've got to give you credit, but for blind, you're 85% right.
Right.
You get a B on this. You're outstanding. Well, speaking of you shaking like that, we were talking about he having a stroke or whatever.
All right.
I don't know if I've told this story. Our second baseman in college, one of the smartest guys I've ever met. He's a defense contractor. He's an engineer. He's good. Best number 2 hole hitter I've ever seen. Could bunt, could hit and run, could run. Played second base. Just somebody that you never noticed, but you couldn't play without.
Right.
That guy.
Yeah.
And he's a straight A student. Well, the first couple games, or maybe in the fall, we're playing some games the first year I'm there, and he's twitching, and he's got Tourette's, right? He's got Tourette's, but he doesn't cuss. He's got a tick.
He's got a tick, so right?
He's up there, and he's always like his head's nodding, like he's saying he's got the signal type thing, right?
He might have the signal too.
So our coach, he's a clown sometimes back then. So after a game, we get beat, and he's ripping everybody's ass. He's going down the line, and he looks right at our second baseman. I'm sitting right behind him, or right next to him, and he goes, "And Wally, you're one of the smartest guys out here. I can't tell if you have the signal or not. You're shaking your head, you're nodding. Do you have it or don't you?" And I went, "Coach, he's got Tourette's." And he goes, "Tourette's? I thought that's meant when you cuss and shit." And he goes, "No, Coach, it can be a tick too."
I thought that was a country.
He goes, "Well, knock it off."
Right. Cut that shit out.
I just remember sitting there, and I'm like, he doesn't know. And the guy, he stops talking, and the kid says, "Yeah, I've got Tourette's, Coach. I'm good to go." And I'll never forget the coach's eyes were like, "So what? So you I never heard."
Well, that's all you can do. You can't say sorry. You're a coach. So what? I don't give a shit what you've got.
I'll talk to you later on the bus by ourselves. "Hey, man, I'm really sorry about that.
Figure it out."
I had no idea.
Hey, coaches do stupid stuff. I know when I was coaching, we had a situation where a kid got hit with a ball. It was like 9U or 10U baseball. Right?
Yeah.
So they never made an attempt to get out of the way. So we're teaching these kids how to play baseball. Mm-hmm. The first thing is make them love the game. Right? Sure. Next is let's teach them the game. Well, what coach thinks I got to teach these kids to get the hell out of the way if a ball's coming at them at the plate, right? You don't want them to be afraid of the ball, but you don't.
I've seen your swing. Lean in.
Hey, Ogilvy.
9U, 10U's a little early for take one for the team. And the parents don't get real excited about it either. So the next practice, I brought a bunch of wiffle balls, maybe tennis balls or something. Mm-hmm. And we probably spent half an hour practice where I got up there and I made the kids stand there. And I'd throw balls at them, and I was teaching them, to duck out of the way, right? Their shoulder down, drop the bat, kind of thing. And the kids were getting hit with balls, and but the whole idea was this is how you get out of the way of the ball. Sure. Now you don't have to be afraid of it. Right. And if you do get hit, you get to go to first base. That helps the team. Yeah, whatever.
I actually taught my team,
especially you, Stuart.
I taught all my teams to cheer and clap when any of their teammates.
We give them
hit.
candy bars.
Yeah.
Throw a party. We're promoting diabetes. Yeah. We give them candy bars.
Hey,
They won't have feet in a year, but we're going.
Well, I didn't think anything of it. Right. This is good for these kids to learn. Sure. I think we had a game the next time we got together, and one of the parents came up. And apparently one of the kids had gone home and told their parents, "Yeah, Coach Jaffe was throwing balls at us at practice." And I'm like, so the parent comes up and says, "I'm a little confused. What part of baseball do you actually intentionally hit kids with baseballs?" And I looked and I thought about it for a minute. I'm like, "Oh, shit!"
Okay. All the time.
And then I had to explain. I'm like, "No. It wasn't baseballs. It was tennis balls or wiffle balls, and we were trying to teach them to get out of the way. Not all the kids are very good at it, right? But nobody was hurt. The idea behind it was we're trying to have them not afraid of the ball, and that kind of thing. So, yeah, the parent was like, "Oh, okay." I think. After the game, another parent came up to me and asked me the same question. All these kids went home and said, "Yeah, practice today, Coach."
We were teaching how to lean in.
He said I couldn't hit very well, so we're going to throw balls at you.
That's right. That's on you, Ogilvy.
Hey, doesn't hurt, does it, Stuart? It hurts. No, it doesn't, does it, Stuart? It hurts. No, it doesn't, Stuart.
Do you want to play?
Look, when you've got 2 strikes, here's what I want you to do.
I did do that in college. If it was 2 strikes and an inside curveball, my ass was going to first, boy.
I tell you what, mine was even more fun. I would stand at the plate, and if you can picture somebody standing there, I'm trying to paint the picture. Your back foot, as the pitch is coming, I scooted my foot back about 6 inches.
Which moves your front side in.
And I'd hit their glove. Catcher's interference. You get first.
Where were you 25 years ago?
I did it all the time.
Hey, on his scouting report.
Isn't that called cheating?
It's called getting to first base.
It's called gamesmanship. But
I leaned in. I leaned in on purpose. I hit the glove on purpose. I did all kinds of shit.
Scouting report is don't get 2 strikes on this guy. Make him hit the ball.
Like especially lefty. When I was a kid, I was terrible against left-handed pitchers. Yeah, I was looking for the glove. The second that he brought that glove out, just a choppy swing, get a piece of the glove. Catcher's interference. Take your base.
The old man's over there. That's my boy.
He just laughed.
I actually set a record everywhere I went for you to hit my pitches.
Really?
Well, you played with me, so you would have toned it to my mouth, probably.
Right.
Which was 99%.
Probably.
But if it was close, I was leaning, man. And people in our conference actually got onto that my senior year. It's like, he's going to lean in. He's going to lean into it. Don't throw it, Thunk. We told you.
I've got a buddy that plays on the 45U Pirates, Jason Courtney. I'm going to name him because fuck him. We made fun because he's half Hispanic. So anytime he got hit, we hate crime. And he got hit more than anybody. And I've been with guys, I played with guys who got hit a lot. He gets hit more than anybody I've ever seen. Well, we're playing the championship game the last year I think I played, which was year before last. I threw a strike. He got hit. It was a strike. And I'm not talking I painted the black on the inside. It was a strike. Kurt was set up back there. His glove didn't move. And Jason just got in front of it. He got the base and laughed the whole way. Looked at me and laughed the whole way. Like, you're an a-hole. I do not like you.
Well, he was talking about parents, and we've talked about this a little bit. But so when I was the first year I had my oldest, they were probably 5. Mm-hmm. And softball, they're all wearing their masks and stuff. Mm-hmm. And we're in like the second game.
You do know there's a leather thing, right?
I know that.
Okay, I was just checking.
But
Super coach.
It was a rule. It was a rule for little kids, girls, to wear. Hey, it's still a rule in high school, pal, I think. But anyway.
Okay.
We were like in the second game. And, even back then, you've got kids that aren't capable of doing certain things. So you don't want to put them in positions where they can get hurt.
Right. No, absolutely not.
Or look silly. This particular parent walks up to me and he's like, hey, man, it's going well, all that fake excitement before that, but, and he's like, but we just want to make sure that, the kids aren't getting pigeonholed into positions, and I'm like, but it's the second game. Yeah. He goes, well, yeah, she's played a lot of outfield, and we're just wondering, we just want to make sure you're going to move
How
around.
old are they?
Maybe 6,
right?
Maybe 7. It might have been the first.
We're worried Susie's going to get labeled.
Well, I think it was the first year of coach pitch, so maybe 7 or 8. But still, you've got a couple kids that have older siblings that have been out throwing, and
sure,
that kid's going to play short just because if the ball does get hit accidentally hard, short and third might get. So I put her at second base the third game. But I said, fine, I'll put her at second base.
Yeah. You asked for it, you get it.
Like the first inning, ball gets hit up in the air, and it's with Skyer. And she's standing under it, goes right over her glove, hits her right in the face. Right in the face mask. And I looked right at her dad, and I went,
yeah,
there's
life.
I did one of these, and he goes, like, it's okay. It's
right.
okay, I get it. So I'm like, what's wrong with you people?
Well, it's weird, and I know you guys probably got it way more than I did, but you see these kids, and you usually can make a pretty good assessment. Like, this is not where you belong.
Right.
Yet. I will do my best to get you there because that's where you would like to play, because I did that too. Like some kid, man, I play right field and hit last for 7 years. I want to play short. Well, okay, we got some things to work on.
Short? Well,
but
we're going to start you out at second.
Well, no, but you know what I mean. You try to work those kids there and eliminate that hole, and we're up 12-0. Billy, you're at short. Go get them.
Yeah. Well,
you're going to hit third. Do it.
Right. The bigger complaint that I always got was, 6U, 7U, coach pitch kind of thing. You generally have 2 or 3 good fielders. Right. One of those has to play what position?
Pitcher's helper.
No.
Or first.
First.
Right.
Yeah, because they can catch the ball.
Right.
So I know where you're going.
So you've got 4 or 5 kids on the team that if one of those 3 fires a ball across the field, there's a 50-50 chance we're taking that kid to the immediate care center.
And you got a parent just stand in front of it, Susie.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, little Billy here.
Right. Got her arm behind her head.
Right. Holding her glove up.
As it hits her in the face.
Right.
Halfway through the season, hey, parent comes up, hey, little Billy hasn't gotten a chance to play first base the whole season. I'm like, Well, here's the problem. If I put little Billy at first base, I've got to put Johnny and Jimmy and Stevie somewhere out of the infield where there's no chance they're going to throw the ball at him. Because the last thing we want is for Billy to have to catch something.
Right, because you've always got that other kid that has played baseball and doesn't care who's at first base. I'm throwing it as hard as I can throw it across the field.
Exactly.
Sometimes it bounces, sometimes it doesn't.
It happened last weekend in my 10U tournament. You're 2 feet away.
Oh my God. I had that in high school. Well, actually, WXI, Carlos Diaz, you guys know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's who I played with in high school. He was second baseman. He did that. It's 95%, whether he was turning two or it was just an underhand pitch. He cut it loose. Screw you, Corbin, catch it.
That's it for today's episode. But before you go, ask yourself this. What's your unplanned story? Because here on Unplanned Approach, we don't script the chaos. We celebrate it. Real people, real moments, real life plot twists that no one saw coming. Whether it was a chance encounter, a missed train, or a wild pivot that changed everything. We want to hear it. Got a story that deserves the mic? Hit us up. Submit yours at unplannedapproach.com or find us on socials at Unplanned Approach. Until next time, stay spontaneous, stay real, and never underestimate going in without a plan. This is Unplanned Approach, where the detour is the destination.